Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me. I'm attorney Mary Kate D'Souza, Chief Legal Officer and one of the co-founders of Gentreo, which is an online estate planning solution in which you can create and store your estate planning documents and other relevant information and share it with your loved ones. And what employers really need to know is that Gentreo is a benefit which is incredibly affordable, but it also is a differentiator for you as an employee because every single one of your employers, of your employees, from the new hire who's 18 to your oldest member, needs this benefit. And this webinar is about how Gentreo can be that benefit for your company to assist you in retaining and attracting the best employees for your company. So basically, by having Gentreo as a benefit, you are really showing your care and support for your employees. People don't realize, but failing to have an estate plan can cost individuals thousands of dollars, and there can be a loss to their estate of approximately 3 to 8%. Personally, I think that number is even higher. Additionally, you are showing that you care about your employee altogether, holistically. You want to make sure that you're enabling them to have the peace of mind to take care of what's important to them, meaning their loved ones, their assets, their choices. By you providing this to your employees, you are really assisting them in having less of a stress at the most stressful times in life. And it also enables the employee to be more productive at work because they lose less time. And also because of the pre-planning, steps are in order. So it reduces the aggravation, the time lost by distraction in trying to resolve things because everything's all in place. And this statistic is interesting that it's needed by approximately 80% of people. And where do we get that statistic from? That statistic is that only 20% of Americans have some component of an estate plan, meaning not every American has a complete estate plan. And we're going to get into what that means, but it's essentially 3 documents: a will, a financial power of attorney, and a healthcare proxy. And of course, as employers who are trying to do the best for their employees, but also preserve company assets, what's important to know is that this is an incredibly affordable benefit, all for the cost of a cup of coffee each month. So what is that? $4? It's incredibly cheap. Estate planning is important. Without an estate plan, employees can lose 3 to 8% of an estate's value and largely avoidable costs. Additionally, there are hidden losses that aren't included in this estimate. For example, if there is a life insurance policy that is in favor of someone but is never claimed because it was never stored in an accessible location, stored and shared in an accessible location, that money's lost. Additionally, an estate can take years to close. This is particularly true when no estate planning is done, and it throws the survivors into a position in which they have to clean up an estate and close out accounts, including digital assets. All of this, as you know, as employers, costs an incredible amount of time away from work or during work hours. So if people don't necessarily take a day, they're going to be on the phone trying to resolve these problems, and it is not quick. So by having an estate planning solution for not only your employees, but their family members, it enables them to be incredibly able to quickly and easily wind up the estate and preserve all the assets. As employers, you've had employees that have had to miss work because of conflicts and different problems within their family. This is not unique. It happens to most of us. So what happens when people don't have an estate plan and aren't organized? The courts will 100% absolutely get involved, and it's an expensive process. Additionally, for the employees, this conflict again results in a distracted lack of focus, because of course their thoughts are going to be consumed with whatever the issue is, whether someone's in hospital, sick and incapacitated, or someone passed away without their documents in order. All those things weigh on the person. And the conflict and the inherent stress really impacts people's productivity, especially at work. And also what's important to understand is, some people will not write a will trusting that the way the laws are written in their state will protect them. Well, for most of us, that's not true, because the laws are written to protect bloodlines. They're not written to protect who you really want to benefit. So if you're the unusual case and your family is 100% intact and there's no fighting, that's excellent. And so the laws of intestacy may work for you. But for others, for people that, I only talk to some of my siblings, or there's a child that has a drug addiction issue or whatever, there will be situations in which you want to control it. You don't want to rely on the laws of intestacy for your state. For employers, a lack of planning on behalf of the employees really impacts your business. Again, because of the added administrative costs and time needed when a crisis arises, it leads to distraction and reduced productivity. Additionally, most of these legal problems could be resolved if people planned. But if they don't, it can negatively impact people's performance because of the unbelievable stress and emotional toll, and also can lead to unexpected absences on like one-offs, but also lengthy absences, particularly when people have a deceased loved one in another jurisdiction. Further, ambiguity in estate planning causes family turmoil and adds to employee stress. All of this can be resolved if they are offered an easy and affordable estate planning solution, such as Gentreo. So here are the 4 concrete ways that estate planning can improve employee retention. Because estate planning is an in-demand benefit, many employees consider it essential as part of their financial health and emergency planning. Moreover, for employees that join a firm that already have some type of estate plan, they welcome the opportunity to revise and update it based on the offering of this benefit. By having this type of an expansion of the benefits that you offer your employees, this is a benefit that really can assist everyone, from the minimum wage earner to, your higher executives and management, because everyone needs it. Estate planning isn't one and done. It's a lifelong benefit that really demonstrates your commitment to your employees, and that you care about their well-being, and even beyond, their employment. So most human resource providers, they offer, in addition to the usual health and medical insurance, maybe there's also a life insurance offering, or a disability insurance offering. Gentreo fits hand in glove with that, because again, for the people that are planning and getting organized, Gentreo is right in that wheelhouse. We offer them an opportunity to create their estate plan and store and share it, because we want people to not only have the documents, but be able to use the documents. The one thing we've all learned from COVID is that everyone wants peace of mind in these uncertain times, and estate planning ensures that your employees' choices are followed and their loved ones are protected. and employees feel really cared for and benefited. I know from the feedback we get from employees, they are so grateful that there's an opportunity for them to create their estate plan, because they knew they needed to do it, but they lacked they lacked a connection with an attorney, or really like how to do it. By having it offered as an employee benefit, they're able to instantly access it, and it's a seamless offering with no work on the employer's part, which enables their employee to really get their ducks in a row. It's estate planning is a lifelong benefit. And why is that? Why isn't it just one and done? It's because the nature of life, right? People get married, people divorce, people get born, people die. Relationships dissolve, new relationships start. All of those issues create an opportunity to review your estate plan and perhaps update it to reflect the changing and new relationship. Everybody wants peace of mind. Everyone wants to be able to provide for their family and make sure that their choices and loved ones are protected. And Gentreo is an affordable solution, an affordable offering for employers to really take care of their employees. The reality is Gentreo, with not only its estate planning documents, but the all-encompassing solution that it offers, it helps with all aspects, financial, health, and emergency planning, so everyone knows where to turn to. Gentreo strives to be that digital home base. And what we find is when an employer offers this service to its employees, either as an employee benefit alone or as an employee and spouse, more often than not, it's the employee, it's the spouse, it's other extended family members who avail themselves of Gentreo, because everyone wants to make sure that their choices and loved ones are protected. What is specifically included with the Gentreo modern estate planning solution? You get all your state-specific documents, including the 3 critical ones: your last will and testament, your financial power of attorney, and your healthcare proxy. But Gentreo is constantly iterating and improving, but maintaining its basic price point. So every time we add a new document or a new feature, you don't get charged more, but we're continually expanding to improve our product. We now also offer a living trust, which is another way of resolving the care needs for the future when you pass away. So if you want to do a will, you can do that. If you also want to do a living trust and a pour over will, you can pursue that option. Besides the power of attorney and healthcare proxy, which are the 2 critical estate planning documents that protect you while you're alive. One obviously deals with health, the other deals with finances. Gentreo also offers a whole suite of products to protect your pets, because even though we love our pets like family, they are viewed by the law as chattel, as property, and therefore you need to have documents in place to protect them also. And we also offer, in case of emergency, an emergency card and a pet emergency card. All of these are resources and documents available to make sure that you protect all that's important to you. Besides the actual documents, Gentreo offers a whole plethora of step-by-step guides and webinars and blogs, all kinds of resources to provide you with the current and most up-to-date information about what you need to do to prepare and protect for your family. Besides the actual documents, we also offer you an opportunity to store and share your documents in an easy manner with the Gentreo Digital Vault. The Gentreo Digital Vault not only allows you to store your estate planning documents, it also allows you to store all other relevant and important information that you'd want specific loved ones to have. So, for example, if you nominate your daughter, who's a nurse, to be your healthcare agent, you would want to put in your Gentreo Digital Vault information about your current medical diagnoses, prescriptions, who your treatment providers are, and you probably want to share that with her. So if heaven forbid the worst happens and you end up in the hospital in a medical crisis and not able to make decisions for yourself, your daughter, who you want to be your healthcare agent, has all that access available, all that information available at the click of a button. For those of you who may have more complicated estates, I would say this: Gentreo is usable and would meet the needs of 90% of Americans. For those that have complicated estates, who are maybe super high wealth individuals who have to worry about meeting the current estate tax exemption threshold, which is around $13 million. If you're that person, you know what? You should be using an attorney. But for the vast majority of employees, this is a resource that can practically and concrete help them. And let's face it, everyone needs it. We're all gonna die. We're all, this is the reality. And for most of us, we have family members that have been thrown into chaos by the lack of planning. So we know the value of it. But for those that have sophisticated needs, like I said, Gentreo also offers a connection, a partnership with partner attorneys in all 50 states, in which they're able to give you legal advice at an affordable rate and address your estate, address your questions individually. However, even if you use a partner attorney, you'd still have the benefit of the Gentreo Digital Vault. So once your documents are ready, just like we said about the example of the daughter who's a nurse who's going to act as healthcare agent, you want to make sure that your documents that you're created with an attorney are stored and shared in your Gentreo Digital Family Vault. I can't emphasize enough how this is an impactful and affordable employee benefit. In addition to everything I've already discussed, Gentreo also offers a holistic approach to advanced planning. Gentreo offers personalized game plans. So it's not just a generic solution, it's enabling you to create the solution that's best for you. We also offer one-to-one live coaching. And this is a resource that most human resource providers really appreciate, because what often happens when employees are thrown into crisis, the human resource personnel are the ones who are dealing with the questions. The beauty of this is they have a live coach, a live person that they can talk to. Gentreo strives to remove any burden from the human resources personnel and take it on themselves. So the employee directs all questions to Gentreo. Additionally, we have an instant access button for crises and emergencies, literally a one click to get all the information when the crisis hits. Gentreo also offers an annual estate plan review. This is an automated review process in which it's a trigger to make you, the employee, review all the documents they've created. Just like we discussed at the beginning of the webinar, the nature of life is change and that things happen. Sometimes when the crisis hits, you forget that, oh yeah, because say for an example of a divorce, your marriage is dissolving, that is incredibly stressful and distracting. And maybe what's not at the top of your list is, I've got to update my estate plan. But with Gentreo, we're there to remind you of that every year. Additionally, we offer an opportunity for you to create videos and put other important sentimental things in your digital vault so that you can share these messages with your loved ones. It's incredibly easy for employees to use, and it's really easy for the employer. It's a easy employee enrollment and membership management. Again, Gentreo takes that burden and makes it turnkey for you. There is free and on-demand and prepared materials for both the employee and the employer. We offer 100% full support from the beginning of the process for as long as our relationship maintains in place. And I can tell you that we are renewed year over year because of the feedback the employers get from their employees. And again, we are the resource for your employees' questions, not you. If you get phone calls about any of these issues, you direct them right on to us. So thank you so much for joining me for this webinar. I hope we've answered your questions about how Gentreo is a great and affordable employee benefit that you can use to attract and retain talent. If you have any questions, please contact us at info@gentreo.com. For those that want to get more information from our website specifically on this, please visit us at gentreo.com/business. Thank you so much.